Yo, what's going on everyone? Welcome back to another video. It's Scott here. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, turn your post notifications on, and smash that like button. So for today's video, we're going to be going over the best items to invest in when you are reselling here in the year of 2019. Enough about that, let's get on to the video. Number one on the list, you already know we gotta pay tribute to the Jordan 1s. So the Jordan 1s are a classic and they are definitely something that will always have value. Even if it's a non-OG colorway, you can definitely resell them if you get them for the right price. And these are actually the only ones that I have in my collection. I actually sold all of them, and in 2020, next year, coming around the corner, the banned ones or bread ones, I don't know if they're gonna be dubbed the bands, but those and the Chicago ones are supposed to be releasing. So those are great opportunities to not only get them if you want a personal pair or if you are looking to resell, because they are definitely gonna have a lot of value. And I just feel like Jordan 1s are likable by anyone. They just have a really nice and slick silhouette, and it just looks amazing on feet for anyone to rock. So I know I got the lows right here in my hand, but surprisingly enough, the lows have actually gone up in value. So a few years ago, they released the lows of like all of the major OG colorways, like the Breads, the Royals, and I know the Shadows aren't really an OG colorway, but they did release those as well, and they've shot up in value. So they retail for about like 90 bucks, and the resale value on those are looking around like 230 to 250. It's not really that big of a jump in resale value in compared to the Jordan 1 highs, but it's still resellable, and profit is profit. You definitely do not want to sleep on the Jordan 1s because they are great money makers. Number two on the items that I think will make you a lot of good money if you do invest in them would have to be the Yeezy line. So I'm not talking about every single Yeezy that releases, because they have dropped so many colorways, especially of the V2s. Not every color does have resale value, but you do just kind of gotta look at it and just kind of tell yourself, is this a good looking shoe that will probably have resale value? Right here in my hand, I do have some sneakers that definitely do have good resale value. So these just restocked and they're still selling brand new for around like 400 to 420, which is a good deal above retail. These are definitely resellable. Not all 700s are, because I personally think most of the 700s are kind of whack, but the OG Wave Runners, you cannot complain with these, and they probably will go up in value over time. And as for the Yeezy V2s, so the V2s are super popular. Everybody wants them. There's a high demand, and they are gonna have resale value. So a lot of them you can resell for like 280 plus, which is a good deal, because after tax, I believe these are going for like 245, 250-ish. I kind of do regret it, because back when like the Yeezy hype was kind of like dying down, really at its lowest peak, they did release these on Yeezy Supply, the Yeezy Zebras as well as the Yeezy Creams, and you could have bought however many you wanted. There was not a limit to how many you could buy off the website, and I actually did buy a couple of the creams, and I wish I waited for the creams, because I only made like maybe 10 to 20 bucks off them, because I thought they were bricks at the time, but now they have shot up in value and they're probably going around like 280 to 300 dead stock. And the Zebras, of course, these are always gonna have resale value. No matter how many times they restock, people are gonna want these, and you are gonna be able to make money off of them, whether it be small when it restocks or more over time if you just wait and hold on to them. For number three, I definitely would recommend investing in anything that's like a collab or like a special release, such as in my hand, we got the Doernbecher 3. Anything from the Doernbecher line is definitely good to invest in, especially when they first release, or if you can get for retail, because a good example would be the Doernbecher SB Dunks that I recently copped about like a year ago, and I did resell them for about like, I believe it was like 240, but looking at the market right now, they're going for 450, and I copped that for retail, so I only made like 100 bucks off of it, but I could have made like 300 if I just waited a little longer, which low-key kind of upset me. But it just goes to show that the Doernbecher line does have resale value. And when I do say collabs, I'm not just talking about only Doernbechers, but I'm talking about like everything when it comes to like the Travis Scotts, the Off-White line, as well as the Supreme Dunk SBs that recently released. So anything that has like that special label or like special title, and as long as it looks like a nice sneaker that everyone can appeal to, and it kind of can appeal to the masses, it's gonna have a lot of resale value. Now moving on to number four, we got just something that I low-key feel like is kind of slept on. So I want to recommend that you guys invest in Supreme clothing. So I'm not just talking about box logos or TNF Supreme or even like the Gore-Tex jackets. I'm talking about like more of the like low-key pieces that people don't really pay too much attention to unless you're like an actual collector or someone who actually has been in the reselling game a lot and knows the value of these items. So some of the more low-key pieces that just say Supreme on it, like the Supreme ribbed hoodie that just recently released in week 3 of fall winter in 2019, that actually does have resale value. I did cop the black one and I actually put an ask on it on StockX. I don't really sell too much on StockX because it does take away from your like transaction fees and limits your profit, but I put a pretty high ask and it already sold for a lot more than what retail was. So I was surprised, especially since the ask that I put is a lot higher than the rest of the market on StockX. So I was super happy about that. I'm actually gonna ship it out and sell it just because it was a really quick flip because it literally just released. So made about like 60 bucks off of it. And if you can cop a lot of the normal Supreme pieces and just flip them for like 30 to 60 bucks, and if you just buy a lot of them, it can really add up when it comes to numbers and profit. Number 5, and the last thing that I think you should invest in when it comes to reselling in 2019, definitely has to be artist pieces. So I guess technically this would be considered a collab, but not really because they're creating it themselves. But anything specifically from Cause or Murakami. So those are booming right now, super popular, especially the Cause Uniqlo that has recently restocked and released way back earlier this year. So those definitely have resale value and they're gonna go up in value, especially if they don't do another restock. Who knows? They might do another restock, they might not, but if they do not, they're gonna skyrocket in value just because the pieces are very likable and they are honestly really nice silhouettes and the design is amazing. And of course Murakami, it's just really like impressive how artistic and like the design of all his stuff. I actually invested in a lot of the Murakami Complex Con skate decks, the ones that come in a set of 3 that kind of like merge to form a picture when they're all lined up together. They look really cool and I know they do retail for a high price of $500, $550 after tax, but they do have resale value and I can definitely resell them along the line for about like $200 to $300 profit. So it's not a bad investment. And even some of the clothing pieces or some of the smaller accessories, they're definitely gonna have a lot of resale value. That's pretty much gonna wrap it up for the video. Let me know what you guys think of my list on everything that you should invest in. I really do strongly, firmly believe that these are great pieces that you can invest in and you will definitely be able to make profit off of. Let me know if I missed anything on the list and comment down below. Also, make sure you guys stay tuned for more content, and until next time, I'll see y'all in the next one.